So, chat, this is Krita. It's Krita. This is an open source software, meaning that is free, and it is supported by the community, and there are certain add-ons and brushes and things that you can install. It's gaining more and more traction in the art community for being, open source. Many tools are going the paywall route, or many others are very expensive, and Krita is like, no, you know what, we're free. You can try. It's a very powerful tool as well. So I use Krita very regularly. It's one of the tools that I really, really love. And I like the shortcuts, and I like the way it's used. So we're going to be using Krita today. The second tool of the day, which is also free, just in case you want to follow, is this webpage called easygif.com. It's a page that you can use technically to create GIFs yourself and this kind of thing. We're not going to be using it to create GIFs ourselves, but we're going to be using it for a certain shortcut that might be a good idea. Ainsley, hello, how are you? So keep this page in mind, easygif.com. And obviously we have our Better TV page in which we can, check for emotes or whatever. And in the case of today, it's DangilFluters. So this is important, let's say. How are you, Ainsley? How are you? So the first thing is, if we are going to create our DangilFluters, is we need first a static image of it. We need to sketch it. So let us create our first canvas. So we're gonna go to new file. It's usually here at the beginning. Hey Brody, hello. It's usually here at the beginning. If not, you can go to file and then new, or Control N if you want to. Just go new file. Now, when you're gonna work on emotes, I highly recommend you work on a small canvas, because emotes are tiny. So we are going to rely on first the conversion and the downscaling. So we're gonna be very much relying on those things. So it's a better idea if you work on a smaller canvas. If you work on a bigger canvas, you might be overwhelmed. Your file might be too heavy. If you're gonna make it animated, it's gonna be even heavier. And you want something light and something that you can work on, but still that you can work freely. If you do it too small, then your canvas is going to be extremely reduced, so you're not going to be able to put in any detail at all. I'm going to show you, for example, what it is to work on a very small canvas. To each emote is limited by 120 by 120 pixels. So if you create a canvas that is that small, look at your brush. Your brush, which is this centerpiece, is already very, very pixelated. If you're gonna make it even smaller, then you're gonna end up with basically one block of pixel. So as you can see, if you're going to draw anything, it's gonna be super pixelated from the beginning. So it's gonna make it harder for you to draw anything. It's gonna be ugly looking, right? We're gonna make our own Zode smog right now. There you go. That's our own Zode smog. Very simple. But it's not gonna look too good, and it's gonna be more difficult for you to work on it. Right? So you don't want that. That's why we work with the slightly bigger canvas. Now, if you work with a canvas that is way too big, let's say, I don't know, like 3000 by 3000, which is something that you would use for a different type of art. This is gigantic. If you're gonna use the same brush that we were using before, this is the line. It is extremely thin. So it's gonna make your whole process of drawing something significantly more difficult, significantly more daunting, because your lines are going to be thinner. Of course, you can change that. But why using a canvas so big when you are going to reduce that to the minimum size possible? To try Destiny 2, it was an infinite loading screen. Try Roller Coaster Tycoon, OBS refused to capture. Some games are like that. They're more difficult to capture. You need to test with different ways, either window capture, desktop capture, or game capture, and try them all. Different options as well to see which one sticks. But yeah, some games are like that. They're difficult to capture. It took maybe an hour to load into the map, and then when finally loaded, your game crashed. And you resorted to Age of Empires 2. Yeah, that's smart. So what do I recommend you guys for good size to work? And it's a good ratio of size and conversion for the downscaling. I would say anything between 500 pixels to 800 pixels. So a good compromise is 600 by 600. That is a really good one. So if you want to go with that, remember you want to make it square because Twitch emotes are square size. And they have to be square to the pixel. They have to be perfect. So we create our canvas. It's just 600 by 600. And there you go. This is going to be our main canvas for today. We're going to use a basic brush here. Basic 5. Basic 5 is good because Basic 5 will give you pressure control. So if I barely touch my tablet with my stylus, my line is very thin. But the more pressure I put, the thicker it's gonna be up to the limit of my brush, which is 21 pixels, right? And that is a very good brush to sketch. You can do short lines, you can do thicker lines. So I like that very much. I also like that the beginning of your brush is thin. And the end can be thin if you lift it, right? We're also going to be using the Basic 1 brush. Now, Basic 1 brush does not have pressure. So it is 40 pixels and it will always be 40 pixels. So it is a good brush if you're going to do the outlines, for instance, and you want to make them thicker. So it's a perfect brush for that because you always get the size that you signed up for, right? So it's pretty good. We're going to be using essentially those two brushes. No more. Nothing else is needed. Both brushes come with Krita in their basic pack. Nothing else. We don't need anything else. So if we have a canvas of 600 by 600, I would recommend you using Basic 5 brush with a top size of 21 to 22 pixels. That is perfect for the lines and the detail that we want to put into it, and it should be good. Hey Beck, hello. Buck. And that should be the one. Now, if your Krita doesn't look like mine right now, do not panic. There are ways of making that happen. On the top right corner, right here. Step 1.
Early stream, and it's us. Dangil, let's go.
It's the joy of emotes. Thank you so much, Step 1, for the 100 bits. Thank you, thank you. It's fantastic. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much. What about the 69 by 420 pixels? That could definitely work for these nuts. So if you're interested in making something like these nuts, go for that size. So anyways, if your Krita doesn't look like mine right now, what you can do is here on the top right corner, you can see my cursor there. Here is your predetermined workspaces.
Hot stream. Let's go. Dangle.
Scrap, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you. Welcome in. And the way you create this, or the way you keep your own workspaces saved, is first of all, you need the things that you want to see. So I have a monitor of 2K. It's 1440. And I like my space mostly clean like this. And the tools that I use are right here. So these tools that you see on the right, the ones that I use are the advanced color selector, in which I can change the colors and tones and saturation of every single color that I choose on the wheel. Right? The tool options, which I dock on top of the advanced color selector. We're going to be using the tool options a lot. It has to be a third person.
Hype train? Yes, please.
Thank you so much, Step1, for the 111. Thank you. That is some port gas kind of thing there. Nice. Then I also use my brush presets right here because I like changing my brushes pretty quickly. I do have a couple of favorites. You have like different categories. You can select one of the brushes and you can add it, right click on it and assign a tag like favorites, and you can have this much cleaner. I just like having them all just in case, right? Yeah, you need 3 triggers from 3 different people. Those triggers are a minimum of 100 bits, or a gift sub, or a resub. Anything under 100 bits does not trigger the train.
Dangil dumpy.
That's the way it works for the easiest hype train level, which is the one that I keep it in. I also use, thank you so much, Diamondback, for the 69. Yeah, mate. I also use the layers one. This is giga important. You're gonna have this one preset for sure.
Hype.
DB, thank you so much for the 100 bits. But don't cry, please don't cry. Now let's fucking go. We got a hype train.
But there's always yikes.
There's always yikes.
Yikes.
True. Thank you, Scrap Art. And I use the recorder one. Now the recorder one is something completely optional. I just like to do it because when you use the recorder option, let me see if I can show you that, Chat Reno. When you use the recorder option, Krita is going to basically take a screenshot of every change you make. Oh, Brody, thank you so much for the 11 bits. Thank you. It's going to take a screenshot, essentially, of every time you do a change in your project. No matter how long it is, no matter how long it takes you. It does that. And... Tilda, thank you so much for the gift sub. Thank you. Thank you so much. Dangil streams are the Yod Scrowed. And once you finish it, let's say that you end your project or whatever, and you're like, okay, I'm done. You hit stop on the recorder, and you save. What you get is something like this. You get a full video with something like this. Which is pretty cool, because it's your whole process. Right? Which is pretty amazing. No, Krita now has it after version 5.0. Right now we are in 5.1. I'm still using 5.0, by the way. I haven't upgraded. And I like making these videos just a little bit of, with some emotes, just a little bit of promo for myself. So I upload this directly on Twitter or on YouTube Shorts or things like that. And they don't do great, but I find them pretty fun. But yeah. Right, it's very fun. Like this one, for instance, is different. I started sketching directly on Krita and not on paper, as I used to do. That was my old technique. Now I just do everything on Krita directly because I'm more used to the stylus and the tablet. And then the animation. And then, you see, even the animation is recorded there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that is why we have the... Oh, thank you, Brody. Thank you so much. This is why we have the recorder here, but that's in my case. How do you open more or less of these Dockers? Well, you come to Window, up here. And you can check what you have on your different workspaces, you come to settings, Dockers, and here is where you select which Dockers you want to see. Like recorder, layers, tool options, toolbox, and the brush presets. As you can see, I have it pretty clean. You can have many more things. If you are making comics, you can have a comic manager where you can have the vignettes and all that stuff. You can have your histogram if you are going to, you know, go back in time, those kind of things. I don't use it that much, so I don't want it to take space for me, but yeah. It depends. Step one. Some animations I like more frame by frame. I can show you Dangil Dumpy, for instance. Let me show you Dangil Dumpy. Where is Dumpy? Where is the dumpers? Dangil Dumpy is a good example of me learning how to do animation, like frame by frame. So this is Dangil Dumpy. And let me change my Docker to my animation Docker, which is this one. And you can see Dangil Dumpy is only... The name of the software is Krita. Krita. It's a free software. All the tools that we're going to be using today are free. So that's the idea, also the joy of emotes, right? Dangil Dumpy is only 6 frames. As you can see right down here. Oh, I'm covering it. But you can see it right down here. It's only 6 frames. And we're essentially animating 3 different main things. But here is the animation. And I believe I can show you this, which is the sketches. So in outlines, I created the sketches, right? This is my frame 0. Then my frame 3 will be frame 2. And then the next one, next one, the next one, and the next one. Now, if I enable my onion layers, you can see them. Well, they should be enabled here, but apparently they're not. Well, anyways, you can enable your onion layers and see what's up behind. And this is frame by frame type of animation. Let me see if I can do this. Oh wait, because I was not on the right one. There you go. So these are my onion layers. You can see on top, and you can see which line you are, which line is next, and which line is before. The way I have it configured is my next frame is on this yellowish color or green, I don't know. And the previous one is red. So you can see what the previous one was and what the next one is gonna be. You change the opacity of this so you can see it in better coloring. And this is how you animate the whole thing. Now, it should animate normally. Even my outlines should animate normally. Just like this. And that is for the main animation. Now, if we go back to the full thing, which you have the outlines, and you have the highlights, shadows, and the base colors. And it works on the exact same manner. Not all animations are like that, and we might do one today that is different. So we will see. We will see which one we're going to stick with. Let me go back to my Docker. I already have it as default Dan, which is my regular for drawing. Has the workspaces that I was describing earlier, the ones that we are going to be using. So, to summarize so far, we use Krita, free tool. We use from Krita this kind of workspace with these Dockers, tool options, advanced color selector, layers, and brush presets. Obviously, our tools are here on the left. That's pretty much it. And from the brushes, we're only going to be using basic brushes that come with Krita. So the first one is brush 1, basic 1, and brush basic 5, which comes with size changes according to pen pressure. The other tool that we're going to be using today for DangilFluters, it's again a free tool. It's a web page. It's called easygif.com. Now, we're not going to be using easygif.com to make our GIF. but we're going to be using it for reference on the emote that we want to copy, essentially, because we want to copy something that already exists, right? So we want a good idea of how many frames makes a good emote of this, you know, theme or this kind of stuff, right? Don't get confused with GIFmaker. GIFmaker.com looks very similar to this site. They don't have the same capabilities, and in my experience, EasyGIF is much more superior. So try to use EasyGIF.com. If the other page for I think is GIFmaker.com is very similar, it doesn't have the same capabilities, doesn't offer the same results. Kai, hello, how are you? So if we're gonna do fluters, we decided that the character was Dangil, and the flute was gonna be a pan flute, a zampoña, a Peruvian and Andean pan flute. So we go to the emote that we want to reference, which is here on BTTV, betterttv.com. We go search for the emote, we find it, and here it is. Now, what I would recommend you do with whichever GIF you want is like you come here, you save it, and you save it as, and you're gonna be saving that whatever you want. You're gonna just name it whichever you want. Select the bigger size, that's better. Once you have it, I would recommend you come here, and you're going to come to WebP on top. So you come to WebP, and you're gonna do WebP to GIF, because emotes in BTTV or 7TV, they are in WebP format. They're not in GIF anymore. They moved on from that. So you need to reconvert it to GIF. So you come here, you select the thing that you just saved, which I have right here. Let me put it there. We're going to select it. Where is the fluters? There you go, fluters.webp, and you just upload and convert. So once you upload, you have it here, and you go to convert, and you have it. Here you have it. Now it's a GIF. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna save it. So you click on save, and you're just gonna save it whichever you want to save it. That's it, right? Once that is done, you already have your GIF in GIF format. Now this is important because we're trying to do this for free. There are some tools that if you open the GIF, immediately will give you all the layers and all of that. That's fantastic, but we're not using any of those paid tools. We're using a free tool. So on this same page, you're going to go to GIFmaker. Now on GIFmaker, you're going to choose the files, and you're going to choose the files of that particular GIF that you just converted. Oh, I got a suspicious whatever. And now you upload and make the GIF. And once you finish, you're gonna get this page that is going to give you the amount of frames that the whole GIF has. There you go. So now we know that we have 12 frames. My sus connection was blocked. And now you know the amount of frames that you need, right? So this is important because we're gonna be using this as reference. Now I can tell you the actual face only has 2 frames. Is the panic mode, right? Like that's just 2 frames. So that is not difficult. Yeah, we're gonna try to make it less horrified. But yeah. But it's just 2 frames. We can even zoom in a little bit more. So it's only 2 frames. That's easy. So where are all my frames? And as you can see, all your frames are in the horizontal movement of the flute. The flute is complete. The flute just moves horizontally from outside of the frame to center, right? Which is right here. And then it goes up, I believe, a tad. No, it kind of stays the same always. Oh no, it goes up a tad. Yeah, it goes up a tad. And then it resets, which is kind of shit. I don't like the reset that it does because I feel like it teleports back to outside of frame. We're gonna try to make it smoother. So all we need to animate is, chat, we need a static body. We need a frame, a face that just changes expression. Shouldn't be too bad. And we need the flute that moves alone. And here's the thing, we need arms. So the arms should extend or retract. That shouldn't be too hard either, I feel like. Shouldn't be, but we will see. So what are we gonna do now with this? I think that what we should do is just take a screenshot, which is Shift Windows S on your keyboard. We'll give you this. We're going to choose this. There you go. You probably saw me there being quiet or whatever. And we're going to take a screenshot of that particular thing. And that particular thing only. We don't need that anymore. At this point, we just go back to Krita. Right? Now that we are on Krita, there are several ways for you to have an image as a reference. Many people will just copy paste an image and will draw on top of it. I think we don't need to do that, but if you want, you just go to Krita and you just go Control V and you tell, it's gonna get you this. You're gonna tell as monitor or as web, it doesn't really matter, it's just to keep the colors accurate. And you have this, and now as you can see on your right, it's a new layer. You can move that new layer down so it's on the back, and you can change the opacity of that layer so it's almost transparent. Now you can go to the next layer, which is a layer in which you're going to draw, and you could easily just draw on top of the thing if that's what you want to do, right? Like you can now like draw on top of the people and right? If you wanted to just like copy paste the thing or whatever. Now we're not gonna do that. I don't like this. So we're definitely not gonna do this. We're gonna remove that layer. And we're gonna make it in a better way. As the best teacher. So, what is the best way? Here, on your left, there is a nice little tool called Reference Images. You click on that. And you're gonna see that nothing changes. Your cursor is the same. There's really nothing you can do with it. Except, haha, that if you activated your tool option Docker, which we did, we have right here on top, behind our colors, we click on it, and you see 3 different options. You could open a file from your computer, or you could directly copy paste from your clipboard, which is what we're gonna do. And now with the tool selected, we can move these around. We can change the sizes, and we can put it anywhere we want outside of our canvas. I would do it outside of our canvas because this is just reference. So I'm gonna put it right there, and I'm gonna change back to my brush with the shortcut B, and that's it. That's gonna move with my canvas. That's gonna rotate with my canvas, and my reference is always gonna be there. And I am not going to draw on top of it. It doesn't occupy a layer, nothing. It's just a good reference. Hey, Bazinga, hello, how are you? You want to say activate your trap card. So that's it. Now we have a reference, right? And it's time for us to sketch. Hey, Gig, what's up? It's time for us to sketch. So, the idea of the fluters is, like we said, we need a body, and we need a face, and we need a flute. So why don't we start with the sketch? So I'm going to select a color here from my wheel on top. It's going to be a dark gray, almost a black. That's good for sketching. I like it. And here on the right, you're going to select the paint layer 1 if you want. You can double click on that and you can rename it. We'll rename it to sketch, so we know for sure. And we're not going to move from it. And now it's time to sketch. So we know that we have to work within this range. Also, your background normally in Krita is going to be white. I have it on this color because this color gives me a good contrast for this, to see my pen. If I do white, it's going to be too bright, and my eyes, because of the color blindness, are going to basically just remove my brush, so I won't see it. So that's why I use this kind of grayish, boring color, but it's good for the contrast for me, so I can see my brush. In case you're wondering, right? Alright, so it's time to sketch. We need to divide this pretty well. I feel like this people has... The problem with people, chat, is that people has a face that is wide, but squished. It's kind of compressed, right? His face is more or less this size. And that's the entire face of people. Which is pretty difficult, because then the rest is body and flute. Right? And I don't know, maybe we can do something with a little bit of a bigger face. So if we're gonna do something like that, I would say that we need like a little bit of more space here. So maybe we can have a circle here of sorts and use this as a reference for our face, maybe. And I think this could work a little bit better. So if you imagine your character here, right? And your character is like fluting away, something like this, right? And you have like... And you have your flutes, and your flutes are not like necessarily flat, but they come like this, right? This is your body, and this is your character. I feel like we can make the flute move in this direction and in this direction, right? And I think that would work. So the arm also moves in this direction and this direction, and we only have to animate this part and this part separately. And it's not too bad. The flute reminds you of a cup. Yes, it's very cup-like at the moment. Right? Something like that. And I think that will make sense. I wonder how it would look like. We could make it a little bit bigger, I think, if we go for something bigger. It would be something like this, maybe. So this has much more freedom to move around. What do you guys think of that size? Is it a good size? Now, are we gonna make our guy panic? Panic dude. We're gonna make him panic like crazy. Like the people. Right? Something like this. And then it goes like panic. For some reason that people is giga panic. So it's something like that. It's a DangilFluters. Right? Which would be kind of, yeah, it would be kind of weird, I would say. But we have to make him change expression, right? And the mouth as well. Let me see with this mouth, if something like... Okay, thank you, robot. It's in a study mode. We kind of are, yeah. All right, so let's start sketching something more serious then. We have something very, very basic there, but we can use that. So now let's check the pan flute. So that is just cylinders, 5 next to each other. I think there are usually 6 in the real instrument, but we could do 5. That's okay. And we can do the face of Dangil here, right? So wait, because I would like to do... Okay, let's start sketching something. Start sketching the face. If you start feeling a little dizzy because of all the rotation that we do while drawing, please let me know, chat. This character is quite simple. Usually we just have the hat. And that's about it. Right, and here we just have the ear. For the character, we only have 1 earring, although I have 2. But okay. It's getting dizzy, but I'm also watching this in VR. Gotcha. We don't need more detail for the hat. We need a little bit more detail for the mouth. Oh, sorry, for the face. I feel like this ear can go even more down. It's like way up there. Yeah, this is much better. Not like this. Much better. Right? This should be good. And this should be the head of our character. So we're gonna do the hair right now here, coming from behind the ear. And coming from behind the head as well. We don't care too much about this because we're gonna have the arm on top. So this is fine. Right? This should be good. Now if this is our head, we're gonna have our eyes. Kind of like around there, so... More or less in that angle. And that dangle. That should be good. This is going to be for our first expression. He's going to have several expressions, I'm assuming. That's for the first one. Oh, we can make that for the next one, yeah. For the other expression, I guess. And usually the eyebrows that we make for the character are like this. They're more like an inverted kind of triangle thing. Don't need this detail anymore. And this should be good. This should be good for the main face. Now, we need also the t-shirt that he's going to be wearing. Like I said, this is going to come on top. This is going to be the arm. There you go. Also very simple. You don't need a neck, I feel like. We just can hide that behind like a very geometric body like this. We also don't really need a thing here, but we can make it if we want to. So, fuck. Right? Eyes in this economy. Holy. And then now we need to do the fluters. So let's start using some of these now. To make like straight lines, right? We're gonna make them well after, but yeah. So these are just 5 of them. Okay. Yo, Agnosis, what is up? How are you? And they have more or less similar sizes. They just differ by a little bit every time. That's 1, 2, 3. We need the 4th. And we need the 5th right here. It's perfect. Now we can go back to our thing. And this could be the first one. And this could be the second one. And then so on and so forth. Third one. And fourth one. And the last one, I guess. Delete that. Let's erase what we don't need. And we should have our fluters. How's it going, Agnosis? How are you? How are you today? Right, something like this, something like this. I imagine that it should keep certain parallel line or something. Has anyone ever eaten flautas? It's like fried tacos. Ooh, flauticas? Yeah, of course. They're really good. You can have like a full line that comes all the way here. And like a full line that comes all the way here. And this... it's going to be the way in which we hold our fluters together. Right? Meaning we don't need any of these lines here. Aha! See, chat? That is simple. That's very simple. And that has kind of a design, which, well, that's detailed, but yeah, we could have like a design here. Well, have a simple design. Come down here, and then down here, and Those are like bigger taquitos. Now, I don't know how I feel about this, chat. I don't know how I feel about the mouth. What are the mouths that we have for people? One of the mouths is this. For some reason, this is one of the mouths. I don't know. This is one of the mouths that we have for people. It feels like it's gonna be whistling, I guess. You don't think Fluters is very good, personally? I just love Fluters because it's so silly. I like how dumb it is. The panic, yeah, I kind of like the panic as well. Looks more like he's eating the pan flute like the corn of a cop. Yeah, it kind of looks like that. You're right. So we do need it like this. There you go, chat. It's perfect. It's so dumb. But then we have, but we need, chat. We also need then a second when he's taking air, right? How do you take air? This is the mid one, right? And this is where it starts panicking. Eyes starts watering, yeah. Right? And then it's happy. I don't know how to do this, chat. Someone won't get noses. In this case, the eyes just go small. Bigger. Yes. All right, Chad, you want to see it? Okay, let's check it out. Let's check that out in the meantime. I pay later 555. Okay. Are those pinned? Okay, perfect. Those are pinned. All right, chat. Up to frame 6. to frame 5. And that's how we and that's how it would be. Do you guys think it's good? It's great. It's very good. God damn it. All right. Okay. Chat approved. Let me go back to my regular overlay. It belongs in a museum. Does it though? Okay, so this is our main character. And I guess it's time for us to actually sketch something. What else do we need? We do need chat. We do need some arms for it because he's gotta hold the flute, right? So People obviously has one green line. People is like fluters. That's it. That's People arms. Done. We're just like easy. God damn it. We do need a hand. So how are we gonna hold this? How do you hold a zampoña? It's I believe it's like this. Which means that we have to hold it more or less something like, wait a second. Like this. That goes inside of the flute. You have just a little bit of a muzzle in that. Just a tad. Just a tad. To be fair. And that'll be the hand. Which will be cool because it will move in this direction. That's kind of cool. And this is the other arm. That would also move from this anchor point here. Would move in this direction. If that makes sense. Right? There you go. The robot is so confused when it gets stacked like that. I'm guessing the other hand will be kind of like the same thing. You could do it holding it. The cat just tortured, promised freedom, and then ate a spider. I'm living with a war criminal. Oh no, really? Like a one finger is here and the other finger must be, you know, here. And then the last finger would be here. Then that hand is much bigger than the other one for some impractical reasons. I wasn't looking at the other hand. So we can have something like this, and then finally something like this. Right? And now we're holding it. Now this hand technically would come from here, and it will come from here, and we have another hand. Sorry, another finger, and it will come down here. Right? And it will come from over there. There you go. Not too bad. You tell me a bit about the history of pan flutes. Ooh. They have been used in various musical traditions around the world, ranging from folk music to classical compositions to produce a hauntingly beautiful sound that continues to captivate. You know what the funny thing is, Chad? I don't know why I started doing the fluters thing at the end of the stream, but it caught on and now it's just like a staple of the channel. But the song is actually just whistle. It's not even a fluter, right? It's just whistling. I don't know why we... What game is the fluters from anyway? That little thing, the one that we have at the end of the stream is the in song from Wild Arms 1. Yeah, that one is the in music from Wild Arms. Do you want to hear something, chat? You want to hear something? I can. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with it anyways. So I think I can show you. Okay. Tell me what you think of this. Nice. Now, I don't remember. Maybe it's the mix one. Is it the master or the mix? I don't remember, Chad. What about this one? Hey, Gagashin, hello. No, it doesn't even no because it's not the purpose. So what I was showing you there is something I haven't showed. How do you say show? Premiered, I guess. I don't know how to say it. I haven't showcased today before. One was an ending song, and one is an opening song. And they were composed by a musician for the channel, and they were made for Dangil stream. Both the opening and the ending. I've been sitting on those tunes for months at this point, but I never really knew what to do with them. I never really knew how to incorporate them into the stream. And it would involve me doing, because what I was planning was doing a full 30 seconds to 1 minute hand-drawn animation. I don't have the time, nor I have had the motivation to do it. So yeah, it's been rough. But yeah, it's been there for a while. Now the Fluters tune, as you know, it's the regular Fluters is it's just this. Not a flute, a person whistling. So yeah. How are you, Kagashin? It's good to see you. How's it going? I'll find you some motivation. Very retro anime-like. Aha. Phil was there in the shadow. Don't go anywhere, chat. It's not over. Don't be conditioned to that song. Anyways, this is our Fluters. Do we like it, or do we hate it, or what is it? Are we okay with it, chat? Is what I'm asking. Love it. Okay. It's cute. It's a cutie. It's great. We like it. Perfect. So just imagine that he's gonna move and he's gonna have the different expression and the whole thing, right? All right, time to start working then. Capacity go to shit. Let's start working, chat. So the way it works in Krita is on your right side, you're gonna have your layers. And layers are very important because you can think of those as, imagine having a notebook, but every page of your notebook is transparent. Or translucent, to put it better, right? And you are drawing with a Sharpie, or you are writing with a Sharpie, right? There is a background to that, and that's what we have here. By default, Krita creates one layer called background, and it's locked with a little lock thingy here. You can deselect that, and you can change the background to whatever color you want. That is fine. As long as a layer is locked, you can't do anything on it. The program will not allow you to draw on it. So that's good. So that's why we have the little layers. Each layer is one page. What is cool about that? Well, let me show you. If I take this layer and I do... I mean, I don't know. A face. Right? And I do this face of this person. It's got a beard. Right? And I go to another layer. One on top. So the order matters, right? The higher on the list, the more on top the layer is. And the lower, well, the opposite. And on the other layer, I do... Well, let's say that on this one, let's complete this a little bit more. So let's move it around and let's complete it. Right? So you have this man. Right? He is a programmer. Right? So you have the programmer right there, right? Now you go to the next layer, to one on top. And let's say that you do this. Right? Dad, are you making fun of programmers? Don't do that. And you do this, right? And let's say that we're going to do this because it's a little shiny. Now this is your programmer, right? So the cool thing is that we did everything in 2 different layers. And on your right side, on the right side of the screen, it's not Mob Psycho, it's mobile. So here you have different little icons and tools that you can turn on and off. One of the most important ones is on the left, before the little preview of the layer. It's like an eye-shaped thing. That is visibility. You can turn that on or off. And depending on that, your layer will disappear. So if I do this, he goes back to bold. If I do this, he has hair. So those 2 layers are completely independent from each other, meaning that whatever I draw on this layer will not affect the one under it. And that is something we want to be taking advantage of, particularly for the animation stage. Right? So when you want to paint on something, you want to paint on something that doesn't affect your whole thing. Let's say, for instance, that we have this hair. And now I want to make some, I don't know, like this, like the shiny parts of the hair, right? And I do it on top of this, right? Now, as you can see, I already messed up with the distance here between the end of the drawing. There is no real clear outline. I'm just... If I make a mistake here, I will have to restart the entire thing, right? Whereas if I use another layer for that, it doesn't really matter if I messed up. The thing down there will always remain for me to go back. So I'm only messing up certain little details, not everything. And that's exactly what I want. So on your layers, the first recommendation I would have is take one, pick one, and create a group. Group it up to put it aside. You do that by using the shortcut Ctrl-G on your layer. And then you can rename groups, which is a very good practice. So for this one is going to be head. So here we're going to be working on the head. And we know where we are, since everything is now labeled. Shouldn't be a big problem. And now we can start working now seriously. All right, time to get serious, chat, and time to make better, good lines. So here we go. We have our pencil 5, and we have it. The idea right now is to make non-shaky lines. You can do them. The more experience you have, the better you become at doing these things, without having shaky lines, right? I use a very basic tablet agnosis. I use a Wacom Intuos Pro, very old model. So I don't have a screen on it, nothing like that. You really don't need any of that fancy stuff. That's nice to have. You don't need it. Right, I'm happy with that line. That line looks good. So we can continue from there. Now, there is another very, very good tool that you can use for your shaky lines. And remember our tool options right here on top, the top right corner? If you have your brush selected, so meaning that you're able to paint, by the way, you select your brush with the B shortcut on your keyboard. You can come to tool options And here you're gonna see something called brush smoothing. Now, weighted means that it's going to be using the pen pressure, as we discussed at the beginning, right? The more pressure I put on the pen, the more my line changes as well. So that's normal weighted, normal weighted behavior. Yeah, like a basic one of those is more than enough for basic stuff like this. Emotes are very easy to make. They're very basic. I am not like a big artist by any means, or someone with a lot of experience or anything like that, but I know how to make emotes, and that's what I'm trying to share. So you come here to brush smoothing, and you select the last option, which is stabilizer. Now, stabilizer is something really good. It's similar to an option in Photoshop called pulled from string or something like that, in which, as you can see, my cursor now has two sizes. There. Can you see them? It's like a circle within a circle. And when I put my pen pressure on it, you see that I can move within the circle and nothing happens. It's because I have all of that space to move before starting my line, meaning that there is a lag between my movement and the line, which makes every line super soft and avoids any kind of shaking, or most shaking. Right? So for like long lines like this one that require me not to shake too much, I would totally recommend you guys do something like this and use your stabilizer. And it's much easier. It's a better tool. And it will make most of your work like a little bit better, right? It's 10 a.m. already, 30 degrees, full sun out. You're gonna lurk a lot to hide in your AC room. Absolutely, Dave. I, more than anybody else in the world, understands that. Right? This is a good line. We also like that line. I wish it was a little bit upper in the front, though. I'm gonna have to take it. No. Yes. I like that line much better. Hey, Noodle, hello. So those are like our bigger lines that we were a little afraid. So we go back from stabilizer to weighted, and we can now like complete stuff here. I don't like the ending of that line, so we can remake it here. And we're gonna remake it manually. Like this, much better. I feel like now we can change this one then. Something a little bit flatter. Huh, I like that. Because that gives us see, that's good. Yeah, good luck, Dave. It sounds pretty terrible. Okay. Don't worry about these things, like these little details on lines like this, they can always be fixed. Just like that. And don't worry too much about the external part of it, because they can also be fixed like this. And we're gonna have a thicker outline towards the end anyways for visibility on Twitch, so we're gonna revisit all of those corners and all of those little details, so don't worry too much about those at this stage. But this stage has to look good, so we're gonna complete our sketch. We're gonna outline everything we did with our sketch, like more simple lines. We're gonna have the earrings here. Right? They will not be seen, but I like having that detail because I wear them IRL. So if this is my character, then it should have them, right? And just like so. I have 4. I have 2 on each ear, yeah. Same here, yeah. They probably can't see it, but yeah, I have 4. I have had them for... I'm 39, right, chat? For 25 years. Yeah, 25 years. I wonder if we can, I was already thinking of how to do it a little bit better. I guess we're gonna keep it like this. This should work. Yo, Saito, what's up? This is Krita. It's Krita. It's an open software, open source software, sorry. So that's why I use it. I like to help people with that. Teaching a little bit. In some cases, people get inspired, believe it or not. All right, so this is our we're gonna take the back probably right here. So he goes like this. We're gonna emulate a little bit the shoulder, but the shoulder won't go there. The shoulder will go on a different layer. It's gonna move independently. So better if we just do it this way, right? So we can finish the hair right here. There you go. Simple. Have you seen any Game of Thrones or known the general concept of that show? Yes, I've read the books, the first 3 books, and I watched the show. Now for the rest of our character, just a line there. Super simple. We really don't need more than that. But we're gonna close the body here, even though it's not gonna be... No, it's okay like that. Yeah, we're gonna keep it like this, chat. So this is gonna be our main core for the thing. Yeah, the stroke management is really good. It's really, really good. Like, you know, like I said, with the whole stabilizer thing, and you can also increase the delay or the pixel count for it. So you have like this lines. You have this kind of control of like 0 shaking. It's really, really good. And it's open source, so you can get a lot of brushes and like it's getting more and more traction. So it also has a lot of support. It's really good. Hey, it's free. Do you think 16 shares any similarity of society construct with Game of Thrones? I think that they were definitely influenced by it. I think Game of Thrones definitely influenced what they were doing with Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, I think it's hard to hide that. Because there is a point when you say, okay, here's where it stops being just a coincidence and it's like very obvious that something was taken as inspiration, right? I don't know what to do here because I kind of wanted to limit the thing, but let's keep it like that. That's some shadow. You need a recap of that game you missed yesterday's stream? It's okay. We can have a recap next time we play. Any example? I think the mom is a good character that could definitely be imported from Game of Thrones. I think the big emphasis on the socio-political landscape of Balestia. It's not, I'm not saying that it's copying Game of Thrones, but I am saying that it's using the same kind of pillars for telling the story, which is, oh, this story is about my character, but it's also about the world, right? So giving you context for what happens in the world is also important, right? Like speaking of which countries are ruled by whom and what they're doing at the moment and where the people of this country are doing regarding this or that. So you have a lot of lore and a lot of context that is socio-political. That is something that Game of Thrones as a book decades ago started, right? It's like my story is about the world. It's not necessarily about one character. So if one character dies, don't be too sad because people die. So it's, you know, it's kind of like that. It's just regular medieval fantasy stories in general, but you could say the same about Game of Thrones. It's just that the focus is much more on the political side of things. Final Fantasy 16 tries that on the first part of the game very much. I feel like they become a much more Final Fantasy game towards the second half, when it's like, okay, now we got magic and shenanigans and your story about slavery is less important now, and it's more about you as a magic user. It's like, okay, and crystals and you know, that kind of thing. But I think the base and the world building shares some similarities to Game of Thrones, yeah. I'm not saying it's the same, no. Am I saying the characters are copy-pasted from that? No, not at all. But there is some similarities. Oh, you know what, chat? I fucked up. I was not going to do this just yet, in fact. Well, it doesn't matter because we're not gonna move the head independently from the body, right? Right? Okay, so I think we can keep this for now. We can keep this, and here's what we're gonna do. Right. It should be simple. Nee. I don't like that. I like that better. Okay. We need a new group, chat. We need now this group to be our right, well, left arm, I guess. Good arm. Now here's where it becomes. We need our arm. It should be here in our layer. Maracas. That's such a stupid emote. I love it. Oh, Anna. Nice. Okay, this is going to be super simple, chat, because this arm is only going to move. So the way I'm envisioning this, chat, is that this arm, right, is going to take this axis right here, right? And it's only going to move like this. In order to extend the arm over there and make the fluters happening, right? This should be the way it moves. That's about it. New emote is happening. Very party mood today. Hey, Combi, what's up? Combi got the jackpot. Or the jackpot. Ah! Am I right? I'm sorry. The more these moves, the more it's gonna have to be also painted. Oh, Chad, you know, I'm seeing a problem now. I'm seeing a big problem. You'll see. You'll see in a second. I should have considered that before and I didn't. Damn, brother man, I should have considered that. Why didn't I? We'll see. We'll see how we fix it then. Here's our other finger. Here, a final finger should come to. And here's a little bit of that. Perfect. I'm keeping the suspense. You're gonna see. You're gonna see. But my biggest concern right now is that when we move the fluters, tilde, like in this direction and this direction, I'm gonna have to repaint this hand. I'm gonna have to extend the hand and paint what is left. You will see when we are animating. What I should have done is the entire, like, make it bigger and then zoom in only for the animation. I should have done that, but I didn't. So that's on me. That's my fault. I fucked up. So this is the flute. Yep, that'll be more work. Well, we'll see. It's okay, though. Gonna be our fluter there. This thing here. Gonna have this one right here. Oh yeah, hands are easy if you just do something like this, for instance, where like proportions are not that important, or the character can be exaggerated, you know, stuff like that. Then it's easy. Okay. Now let's continue with the fluter. I think that our best bet, chat, is to try and make that's a thick line, baby. That's a better line. So let's try to get a couple of these, I guess. We want them to be more or less like that. Right? It's perfect. I have like 5 of those. Kinda right. All right. For the hands, this is everything else. So we're gonna merge that. Ah, all right, chat. We got it. We got what we needed. Fuck me, man. Got what we needed, chat. Now we need lines. Hey, starting to look like something, chat. It is starting to look like something. Still not something, but it's starting to look like something. So please be excited. Ah, grab delete stuff. Make it thicker down there. Because as I said before, we're going to revisit a lot of these lines at some point. So it's okay if some of the lines are thick or not as thick as you want them to be. It doesn't really matter. We're going to revisit those lines. But this is the main idea of our flute, chat.
Wednesday saturation. Dangil, yes.
Alec, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you, Alec. How are you today? Now, this is our, how do you call it? Our reference. And now we have something, chat. This is what we have at the moment. What do you guys think? Does it look like something? I wonder if we're gonna need this hand to be bigger. Like the whole fluter thing. To be like bigger. I feel like it's a good idea. I feel like the hand was too small. I feel like something like this is okay. Yeah, I think so, Tilda. The stupid mouth. And that's what chat liked, actually. Chat was so happy about the stupid mouth. So this is head and body. Head and body. We're gonna rename that to head and body. You bonk, Luis. Poor Luis. Also, bot, are you dead? Are you dead? Unbunkable. Okay, chat. Now we need this is just the arm, which is okay. It's just this, which is okay. Oh, you know what is not okay, chat? I'll tell you what is not okay. This is not okay. This is now on a different angle. Different angle, that's what we need. It's not a good dangle, chat. Kind of feels like it has to come from the top. Like this. There you go. A different Dangil. And then from here, it's just an arm. That also goes down like here, right? Just like that, because we can have one on top that comes from the hand, and that's the one we move around. I think. Fuck me. All right. I think we can do this. We can do this, chat. Fully control B. We need a second arm on top of the head and the body. God damn. All right, there you go. And this is gonna be left arm. And this is the arm that comes from down here, chat. So it will be covered by the thing, and all we actually need is a little bit of a curve of something like this. And that's gonna be the arm that's gonna move like that. So it's gonna cover this one here, and it's gonna look like an arm once it's finished. I hope. We will see. The head and body. Now we need a new one for fucking A. Can you Oh, it's already there. This is gonna be face. Hey Mike, what's up? And that's gonna be face. It's better if we do something like this, right, chat? Oh, you're back to Canada? Sorry. $4 a.m. both yesterday and today. It's like, oh, giga fucked by the jet lag. Sorry, dude. And we have the first face. Oh, but you know what, chat? This is not gonna be. This is not gonna be good because. But we'll see. Jet lag. Damn. And it should be a simple eyebrow thing. Now, for the sake of this emote, this is more than enough. So we can start now painting, chat, I think. We can start painting. Now we need a reference for Dangil's colors. So let me open a Dangil emote and we can get the colors from it. Where is Clueless? Right here. Okay. We lurking have a billion emails to address. I imagine so, dude. Thank you so much, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. Dan Griffin, yeah. We got the colors. So let's start painting, chat. Let's start painting. Remove this. Let's remove all these arms that we're not going to be seeing for a while. And let's just start painting. So for head and body, now we need... What does the Fluters emote mean lately? I'm all about an out of touch. No, it's not a meme more than it is like a tradition of the channel def. At the end of the stream here, there is a little song that plays. And it's a whistling sound. But for some reason, we started calling it the flute sound. And then we have the emote called Fluters. And every time the stream is ending, we say that it's Fluters time, and everyone just spams the Fluters emote. And it's kind of like the end of the stream. But we don't have a proper Dangil emote for that. So we're like, yeah, why don't we make one, right? We just make one. So chat, let's start painting. Now for the painting process, if you want to paint your emotes with some shadows, but also with some highlights. Shocking you would miss the sound, yes. Sorry about that. I can play it for you. Wait, give me a second. I can play it for you. Where is my audio? Here it is. Here is the Fluters. So that is the... Chat, don't go anywhere. The stream is not ending, okay? Don't go. Don't just stay. Stay. It's fine. All good. Don't go anywhere. Chat, we're not ending the stream. Please. No, don't people vanish. Wait. Closed captions. Fluting occurs. Thank you for the stream. Shut up. No. Yes, es mi pie para retirarme. No. Don't fucking go anywhere, chat. Okay, use a right. Okay, chat. If you want the painting thing is a little tricky. You can do the painting in many ways. Now for emotes, you want to make sure that the thing is going to be visible because you don't have a lot of space. Emotes are 120 by 120 tops. The ones Twitch uses are between I believe 28 pixels by 28 pixels up to 120 by 120. Depending on the situation. So you don't have a lot of space, you don't have a lot of real estate, and you can't cram a lot of detail into it. You can try, but it's not going to be visible, and in the worst case scenario, it's going to make everything look mushy. Right. 112 by 112. Sorry, Mando. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm thinking of the third-party services, which is 120. Bits TV and those are a little bit bigger. But you're right, it's 112. And then 56 for the regular ones, and then 28 for the smaller versions. So yeah, not a lot of space, so be careful with your details. Another thing that you need to think about is the contrast. And another thing you think about is that even though those little details are hard to see, if you implement them in a right way, they might be beneficial for your final emote. Right? I did contrast that combi. That's why you can see the shine, you know? Yeah. I did. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. So what is the best way that I have found to paint? Now, here on the right, you're going to see that we are in the head and body group, which controls these lines. The best way I found to paint things here in an easier way, saving you a lot of time in case you make mistakes, is by having 3 more layers besides the original line layer. Now, in order, we're gonna go line first, then it's gonna be lights or highlights, then it's gonna be shadows, and then finally, it's going to be the base colors. That's going to be the base color, the basic neutral color of the thing that you're painting. So we need to prepare those layers. So the first thing you're going to do is create 3 more layers under your line. You can create them by just clicking on this plus symbol. You can click on it 3 times, and then you're going to have your 3 extra layers. For the light layer, here's what you're going to do. First, you're going to select that layer. You're gonna step on it, right? You're gonna come to here, this menu, where is the type of layer, and you're gonna change it from normal to screen. And you're gonna change the opacity from 100 to 90. And finally, you're gonna click on this little button in the middle. You have 3 buttons. The one in the middle is going to lock it to, it's going to inherit the alpha, meaning that it's only gonna paint on whatever is painted on the subsequent layers. You're gonna see why that's important in a second. For the shadow layer, same thing. You come to click on the normal, change it to multiply, change the opacity to 50% or 50, well, 50, 51, whatever, like around that area, right? 50%. And again, click on the inherent alpha. For the last one, you're not gonna touch it. You don't need to, right? Now you come to the last one and you're going to select your colors and you're gonna start painting. So for Dangil, for instance, like this is the color of the skin. So we come back here, and if you want to make your job easier, you just press the key F, and you're going to fill it with that color, right? Whatever is body, and it's going to have that color, you just click on it, and there you go. Best I can do is paint. Too expensive. No, this is free. Agnosis. Free. Now let's go back to Dangil. Let's take the base color of the hat, which is this one. Maybe we can make it a little bit less dark so it's more visible. We just paint the hat. That's Dangil's hat. Easy peasy. If you see these little mistakes here, these little empty spots, we're gonna fill them in with the pencil later, right? Now let's check Dangil's hair color, which is this one is the base color. We come here and you don't want that. That happens because you don't have complete lines. So you can use your pen, close those lines, just close them like that. That's enough. Now you can paint. Easy peasy. Right? Now the same thing, we repeat the same thing with the earrings and with whatever else needs painting. Right? In this case, the shirt. Where is the color of Dangil's shirt, by the way? Where's that character? There you go. I'm gonna paint the shirt. Now we have all the base colors. If you see, normally there are little spots where your bucket doesn't go, so you just select the color, you just complete it with the pen. They're usually not too many and not too hard to get to, so just use your pen real quick, complete everything that is not, so you don't have this big gaps in the thing, and it should be good, right? That is your base color. That is your base color. Now let's get the face on. Which is it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Since we do have to do the same configuration of the layers for every single oh yeah, this is Dangil, this match Gil, yes. Which technically was just like this before, but it was like up to here. It's so stupid. Is it a new one? I made it for the Discord, but I haven't uploaded anywhere. More tears. And the funny thing is that originally it wasn't this. I think originally this was actually just this. It was a crying emote, but it became a smudge emote just by changing the eyebrows. Because that's how stupid it is. Since we're gonna do the same thing to prepare every single layer for colors and things like that, then we're just gonna copy paste the group of the 3 and we're gonna put it in every single group that we're gonna use painting for. So we don't have to prepare 4 layers every time. You just copy paste the group. And that should be good. Now that we have that, we're gonna use the face thing, and we're gonna also paint on the face. We're gonna use this, and we're gonna use our pen to complete this. It looks like Dangil's gonna kiss a frog. The princess and the frog. It does look like that, but chat liked the mouth, so that's why we kept it. This frog? I hope not. Alright. So that's our base color. Right? Let's do the base color for everything else that we have here. And so we can continue. So we need now the base color for the left arm, which is this one right on top of there. So we just need this color. Since this is not going to be seen, all we need to do actually is just paint inside. It should be good. There you go. Can't distract from the flute. He deserves a little kiss. Now Keith, chat. Now Keith. Now for the other arm, though. This one is an interesting one. We're going to have to select the red of the t-shirt and come to this arm and paint it. Paint it all. Right, we're gonna keep it like that. There you go. Is this rude? It was very rude. And now we need to paint the fluter. So let's paint the fluter, chat. Now which color is the fluter though? Well, that's a color, I think. It's pretty ugly color, but it's a color nonetheless. Dangil doesn't wear red shirts. What do you mean I don't? Of course I do. What about my Final Fantasy concert t-shirt? I wear that all the time. I only wear them when you're not here, yeah. Right, chat. I feel like we need whatever details these are and do the thing, I guess. I don't like that color. Do something like this. Nice. There you go. It's beautiful. And we can we have that like on another tone like this? And then we can have like a couple of lines like this. This is never gonna be seen, by the way, chat. I'm doing this because why the fuck not? But no one's ever gonna see this. It's terrible, but it's gonna work. You're gonna see. All right, so now that we have base colors pretty much on everywhere, every single thing, this is the result that we have so far. What do we think? Hmm? Hmm? Animating this is gonna be a pain in the dick, but we'll see. It's beautiful. Why do we have this? Oh, you mean Fluters boss? I don't know. For a false alarm. It's when you think the stream is going to end, but wait, it's not. Right? When ready your fluters, but no, not really. Okay, so now we need the shading. And this is where it gets interesting, chat, because so far we only have base colors, and base colors are fine. You can finish your emote with base colors, and it will be okay. But there is a certain touch of things that you can actually do. So why don't we do that? Let's start with our biggest piece, which is the head and body. Now, as you remember, this is our head and body colors. Remember that we go lines in that order from top to bottom. Lines, highlights, shadows, base color. So after your base color is done, go to your shadow layer. Select the color from the layer below, right? In this case, the shirt. And since this is already in multiply and it's already with low opacity, you're going to be using that, but on that type of layer, meaning your color is already going to be a shadow. But we wanted to make it a little bit stronger. So you come here, the color selection, and you're going to go to the saturation. And you're going to change it to something darker. And now your shadows should be darker, as you can see. Right? Which is pretty fucking useful. So now you can start painting your shadows, whichever way you think it's more appropriate. Like in this case, for instance, I think that some sort of shadow will come here. This will absolutely be shadow. In fact, I kind of want to get rid of that arm so I can paint all of that as shadow. Because all of this is going to be under the thing. Oh, not like that. Under the thing, right? So just paint all of this with a shadow. No, this is Krita Def. This is Krita. It's an open source software. It's absolutely free. All the tools that we're using here today are absolutely free. And it's gonna be more or less the same with this other fluter thingy. So we're gonna come here. This is probably gonna always be covered by the fluter, so this is a shadow for sure. The VOD will be saved, Agnosis, it will be highlighted. Most of the VODs of the Joy of Emotes, all of them have been highlighted. You can find them in the highlights of the channel. If you want to go back to any of the tutorials, or well, tutorials, quote unquote. I'm sorry, I'm not that good to be making tutorials, but all of the Joy of Emote episodes are there if you ever want to go back to them. But yeah. So that's good enough for our shirt right now. On the shadow department, we don't need no more really. And now let's do the same thing for other stuff like the hair. So we're gonna be doing something like this. This will create an illusion of bright in the hair. Certain illusion. Also, yeah, you don't need artistic talents or anything like that. You know what you need? Practice. This kind of thing, all it takes is practice. All it takes. Just a little bit of practice and that's it. You're set. Now we do the same for every piece. Of the puzzle. I mean, ChatGPT and steal people's art. I don't think ChatGPT is gonna steal the art, but I see your point. In that regard, I think for this part we're kind of ready. Now let's select the shading for the skin. Right? So the problem with this, when this changes, we're gonna have to come here and change every time. So for every expression of the face of this character, we're gonna have to come back here and change it. But it's okay. It's gonna be a fun little thing to do. Right? And that's for your shadow, I think. Very silly. But we're done with the shadows there. So let's see where else can we apply shadows. Now there is the left arm where we definitely need to apply shadows. But we need this thing to see. And I think the best way to apply the shadow on this one is something like this. So it would always be under the flute. See? Doesn't matter where the flute moves, we're always gonna have this shadow here. Which I think it's fine. Right? Could be something like this. We could get rid of that. There you go. Now we need the other arm. Where is our other arm? Here it is. Beautiful. Do the same thing. Here. Okay, there you go. And now do the same thing for the red. Right? What do you guys think? Can I buy chips and drinks for your board game? End of the afternoon at work tomorrow. Be right back. Okay, killed. Okay, killed. But with that, and we got the eyebrows. Now it's time to do the whole shady thing of the fluter. In this hand, I guess. Which color is this color, by the way, chat? I don't even know which color is this. Ugly as fuck, but goldenrod. I don't like that color. It's an ugly color. Wood color and it's beautiful? Really? Man, okay. This is probably not gonna show us anything. It's probably gonna be full shadow there, but you know. We can do something like that. So we can keep the double idea of the shadow on the other side. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's a little bit better. Step 1's favorite color. I keep fucking up with step 1. I can't get it right, man. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. To be fair, I didn't call step 1's baby ugly. That's not what happened, really. I just called every baby ugly. It's different. I did not. I just called them all ugly. It's a whole difference there. Stand with step 1. That hates me now. Then you saw a picture of mine and said, oh, that's a nice hat. Did I do that? I did not do that. That's bullshit. I would never do something like that. Because that's real asshole behavior. Did I do that? Fuck me, man. I didn't mean to. Check the VOD. Fuck. I am an asshole. Beg, no. Stop it. I don't like that shadow color. Can we make a darker shadow color? Aha, this one is much better, chat. See, and we can just shadow-nize the whole thing. Much better. See, chat? Now. Thanks for the support, guys. God damn it. All right, so now our shadows are done. What do we think? What do we think, chat? Yeah, we like it. Very nice. Beck, you changed your color. What the fuck are you doing? Beck, stop this nonsense. I think it's ugly. How does that feel? I feel nothing. You might be right. I mean, I agree with you. It's probably ugly. Okay, so next thing. Since we finished our shadows, also chat, remember to save. Because if you don't save, then that happens. Don't be like me. Save. The fluters. DangilFluters. It's fine, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with you. Okay. Now we're gonna do the exact same shit, but with lights. So you select the color, but you are on the other layer, on the screen layer with the 90% opacity. And then painstakingly, you're gonna start applying little pieces of you know, this. Some highlights. Depending on where the light comes from, I guess. Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do. I hate that one. Do it like... We have it something like this. Fuck. Yeah, that's better. Be sure to check my whisper when you have the time. Let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. Oh, I do have whispers from Saito. Let me see what that is. I hate you. Chats. Well, Saito, you're not on the Discord, right? But this will go in the Dangil meme territory. Chad, you want to see it? I'll post it on the Discord too. This is excellent. I love it. I'll post it on the Discord chat. It's beautiful. It is great. I agree. Oh, fucking hell. Alright, here we go. Yeah, at this point we have a bunch of memes on the Discord, eh? So you're gonna do the same, Chad. We don't need to be super... How do you call that? Like super detailed with this kind of stuff. Because the reality is this won't be super seen either. There is no need to be extremely detailed with this stuff. Of course you want it to look good. But, you know, it doesn't have to be the most detailed shit ever. It doesn't really have to. You're gonna do that for all the pets? We could make the impression that it is like certain material if we start like being more like this. But it's too much detail that we really don't need. It's not gonna be seen. And it's probably gonna make everything look worse. So I'm just gonna focus on regular lightning. And that's about it. We all now need a Dangil Keith. There is no Dangil Keith. I tend to forget what belongs to what. Look at the thing. That's okay. A bit of highlight there. Looking good. Let's do the same for the arm. Now we take the red. How bad is it? We're gonna make it... Well, we're gonna make it a little bit clearer than that. So it kind of shines with the thing. Aha! See, chat? This is V-Cool. Dangil Keith? No Dangil Keith! Now, what is the left arm? Is this one right here? So, let's do that. Good. Now it's time for the face. Wait, no, face is only the eyebrows, right? Yeah. Let's do face. 2 eyebrows. Does Dangil also have 4-fingered hands in real life? Yeah. He does. He also has no legs. He's a floating head. There you go. This is beautiful, chat. See? Just remove the flute and give us Dangil Keith. No. No Dangil Keith. Dangil does not Keith. Now Dangil give. No. Look at that. Look at the mouth. Just so. What about two Dangils kissing? That'll be weird. Okay. Thank you, Agnosis. Thank you very much. Look at that beauty. Chat. Chat, you see? Self-love is important. It is. So one thing that I normally do now with the more, it's something I started doing, I think, with the latest emotes that helps a lot as well. And I would totally recommend you do if you want to, is just come to every single layer that you have for highlight and just select pure white. And you're going to be using very carefully, small white lines like this one to certain parts. It doesn't go everywhere. It doesn't go to every single thing. But certain parts, it would help quite a bit for the emotes. Just little lines of that. Just pure white. It helps a lot with the contrast in certain things. I don't think we need it there. Not on the left arm because colors do not allow for that. But this one, yes. This one is a good idea to have. Something like that. A little bit like that. See? Very good. We just put white here. Perfect. Keying the fluters. There you go, chat. Now we can get rid of our background. That would kinda be DangilFluters. Kinda. Ship it. You guys see how that little white does a fucking ton of difference. Hey Storm, what's up? Now, there are a couple of more details that we need to figure out here right now before we proceed. And that is the line thickness. Hey Sloth, hello. Chat, you want... Hey Vulcana, hello. I'm glad. Yeah, we tried to make it all free so people can also just do their own thing, right? Chat, there is an extra thing that we definitely need to consider now. And it's a very important part of the whole thing. You'll see it in a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that white there. Not too well, I think. So you took your car and go get detailed today. You were like, you know, it's dirty and starting to bother you. You just don't have time to clean it. Maybe 3 out of 10 for dirtiness. Okay. Get an email from the guy. Just a heads up, your car requires a bit more work than you let on. What happened? Yes to the booba. We're not adding booba, chat. Adding little file details here. Maybe this one can be just lines. Like little lines internally. See? That makes a world of a difference, chat. But that's not the main thing. That's not just the most important part. You'll see. For visibility on oh, you're gross apparently. Oh, it's much more cleaning, but it's not like it's something is broken. Okay, I thought it was like something broken. Remove the whooper wrappers. Now, can someone in chat, can someone from the class tell me what is the detail that is very important for visibility that we are missing on right now? Class? Hey, Cheese. How are you today? Hitch. Border. Make it thick. Ding, 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 ding. Noodle. No, Keith. We're not gonna Keith. Now, Noodle. You're right. Hey, Burb, hello. How are you? Catching up on emails? This DangilFluter is giga cool. You know what's giga cool, Burb? To see you in chat again. How are you? Yes. So, chat, we're gonna go through all of our like lines like this, and we're gonna make those lines thicker. Now, it is very important that you remember that this emote is gonna be that size or smaller. So we need it to be visible. In order for that emote to be visible, we need the lines to be thicker. Also because your emotes are gonna be used in both dark theme, also by the monsters who use light theme. So you have to think about the monsters as well, and you have to make it thicker. That for colors to contrast better to the background. And this is where we start doing that. Because, you know, it is what it is. Make it thicker. Are there any monsters here? I think Noodle is a monster. I think Noodle has said before that she... Is it Noodle? Someone here is a monster. I know that. Monsters, you say? So you might be saying, okay, so which ones are the lines that I need to make thick? And for the most part, the lines that you need to make thicker, we're gonna use the stabilizer here for this line, so we have less risk of fucking up as well. So we can go. The lines that you want to make thicker are usually the lines that are going to be on the outside. Normally the internal lines, you don't need to touch them or to make them thicker because those lines are kind of protected. Like those lines have good contrast between the items inside, so you might not need to do that. So keep in mind that this is mostly for the lines outside, the ones that touch something outside. And we're gonna be doing that. In the case of this particular fluter here, we're going to make it thicker anyway because the flute is gonna move. The arm is gonna move in a different direction. We don't know exactly which direction, so Becky's trying to confuse me. Chad, you can see the music. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see the music that we're listening to. Sorry about that. been keeping you in the dark with the music that we've been listening to. Sorry about that, chat. Just that we haven't done art in such a long time. Eh. Monster nail. That's gigabonkable today. You guys are just abusing because the mods are busy today, hey? Because my mods are on vacation. Is that what it's all about? Pink Beck cannot hurt you. He doesn't exist. Pink Beck. Alright. That one's good. That one's okay. Now let's go with the arm. This arm probably won't be needing too much of that. This one is probably okay. We can test it later. This one might need some thicker lines. So let's do that. So let us remove this for the moment. And let us do a thicker line for this arm. This one might actually need it. The thicker... sometimes the better. You don't always want it to be giga thick, but sometimes being thick is good. Sometimes it's okay. Now this is gonna be moving around, so we don't have it. I wonder how we actually want this. Something like this is fine. Being first makes your nail 2000% bigger. True. We want it giga thick. Do we? Right. Let's make it giga thick. You're gonna see, chat, how much of a difference like the thickness makes on the final result of the emote. It does make a huge difference. We don't need it like here in the hair too much. Hair is already black, so the contrast is not needed. Just doing it for the sake of it. But yes, on the shirt. Remember, sometimes many details are absolutely unnecessary. But if you want to make it more detailed, perfect. It's your drawing. Do whatever you want to do. That's great. That's fantastic. Just go for it. Fine. Even if some details like that, only you know are there and only you are going to see, that's good. Okay, chat. I think that we might be good for now. There you go. Beautiful fluter. Very good. I'm gonna save. And now is when the horrible thing begins. We have to animate this shit. So, yeah. It looks very good. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Dave, how are you feeling now after the whole heat 30 degrees? Are you okay? How do we feel about it, Chad? Do we like it? Yeah? Freshness made it better. I'm glad. Anna, you love it? Nice. He's so cute. He's so cute. Chad, I just hope it works. Sometimes it's a lottery. Sometimes you just finish your emote and then you see it small and you're like, I hate it. I just hate it. And you have to start over. Play the flute for me. Daddy. What? Okay, let's group this. This is going to be the flute group. And now here's where it begins. We are going to try and animate this shit. That's every emote you try to make. You hate it. You hate your own art. Well, me too. But sometimes it's like objectively just bad. Not just me being mean to myself, which it happens as well. But yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna change to my workspace of animation. Which essentially all I do is I just have it saved here as a profile. But it's the same layout with extra new things. Particularly, specifically, the animation timeline, which is down here. Okay? Let me move my camera. So, perhaps you can... I don't know where to put myself here, chat. I'm gonna put myself here, if you don't mind. That should be good, so you can see the animation timeline. I am using Krita Sloth. Krita. Open source software. Free. Everything we've done today, it's been free. So everyone can just like try their own. I have had some people in chat following those tutorials and doing their own emotes, so that's pretty fantastic. Anyways, so settings, Dockers, and you select the Dockers that you need for animation. I usually have to get animation timeline, and sometimes I get the animation curves as well. That's for a different type of animation, but I get that one too. I like to have my onion skins here in case, but this is not the case today. Oh yeah, Krita is fantastic, Miss Luck. I always use Krita for this kind of things. It's awesome. And you can follow the stream if you want and do the same thing. You can check the beginning of this stream in particular when I talk about the sizes that people maybe should use for their canvas when thinking about emotes and stuff like that. But yeah, we have all the Joy of Emotes uploaded to YouTube. We also have them here as highlights in the channel. So if you ever want to check those out. We have had like 10 Joy of Emotes in the channel so far. So yeah. For different emotes, Dangil Sweat is there, Dangil Flower is there, you know, Dangil Gamba is there. A bunch of those. It looks like Photoshop? Yeah, but it's free. You can do a lot in this program. It's really, really good. So yeah, the tool options, my color selector, you know, my onion skin, but this time we're not really using onion skins because we already did the base one, and now we're gonna move this one around instead of drawing each frame as we did with Dumpy. Dumpy is different. So for this one, we're just gonna remove the pins for all of this. And if I remember correctly, we already had an animation going, chat. Before we animated the sketch, right? So according to the sketch, the animation should be something like this, right? Something like that. Wait, where is it? There you go. But the flute is gonna move, right? The Dumpy is indeed built different. You got Photoshop CS5 back in college. You still use it 10 years later? Ah, that's so cool. Photoshop gives me a lot of problems sometimes with the pen pressure, with the Wacom tablet. So, fuck it. I use it sometimes for certain things and certain effects. I use After Effects and I use Premiere for the videos of YouTube, but yeah. So this one should be our key faces. Right? Good enough. And we're gonna start the animation of every fucking thing else. Head and body. Face. Left arm. Right arm. And the fluters. Use it for photo editing, but Emote, you're checking out this program. That's great. Alright, chat. I guess our problem is gonna be, if we're gonna do this frame by frame, we are going to... I think our best bet is gonna be to group up the thing and move the groups. Otherwise, we're gonna have to be doing the entire movement for every single layer. And that's annoying. So I think our best bet is to group it up. So let's do that. I'm gonna merge everything and gonna start like working in that way. I'm gonna trust my process so far. I have to trust my process. Right? And we're gonna go one by one. We're gonna pin them down there. So if you see, I'm selecting a group on my layers and I'm coming here and I'm pinning them. So I always have them even if I'm not standing on them or selecting them. That's important, so I don't have to go back and forth. All right. Once they are all pinned, what I'm going to do is select a certain amount of them, the ones that are going to have movement. So which ones are going to have movement? This one is going to change from face to face every time, so not really. This one is going to move. This one is going to move. And this one is going to move. So we're going to move these first three, right? The flute, the arm, and the left arm. So first, we just come here, right-click, create, insert a keyframe, left, right, doesn't really matter. You insert it, and then immediately you just Control-Z out of it. You cancel that, so the frame is created, but it doesn't start from 0, and it grabs back what it was already designed. Otherwise, you lose what you did. And we repeat the same process for each one of them. Create a frame, Ctrl-Z, and you get your things. Now, you have a timeline with an animation now going. It's gonna go forever, right? It's gonna go forever. Here on your right side, on the little hamburger menu, you're gonna control the frame rate that the animation is gonna go to, and you're gonna control how many frames this is gonna have. We're probably gonna go 24 frames per second, and we're probably gonna have 1 second of animation or 2, so the clip will probably end at frame 23. Something like that, right? And we're gonna try to start animating the whole thing. Now, what is the animation of the original Fluters? The animation of the original Fluters is just, it changes the face. That's all it does. The body doesn't move, and the arm moves from left to right. From left to right, right? That's what it does. So, frame 5. No. So we're gonna start with the flute. And we're going to start with the main position of the flute. So to change positions, you can press either the key T, and that moves it, or you can press Control T, which will be also the transformation tool. Moncasteer. Frame 5. Well, it's the same as frame 3 or frame 1. It's always the same. Bang, stop changing colors. So here is where I was telling Tilda that the problem is going to be. If we are going to move the flute, I am going to have to do something about that hand. And that is the fucking problem. Now, what could I do about that? We could have it move it like in this direction and avoid that. Which I think it makes sense. So we're gonna start here, right? We're gonna start there, and I think I'm gonna have to fix this a second. And here we go, chat. Let's fix that. It looks kind of ugly, doesn't it? That's much better. It's okay. There you go. It's fine. I can because the flute includes this hand, because I didn't think about this earlier, and that was the problem. But this is okay. This is fine. I think. We're gonna save this one, but as a different name. It's gonna be, because I already made key changes, so I'm gonna go DangilFluters animation. Just in case we fuck up, we'll always have our original one to go back to. And that's going to be our first frame for that. Our first frame for this arm, though, it's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to go Control T. We're going to select our anchor point, which is this one. And we're going to move it a little bit down here. Maybe we can put it here, actually. It'll be more interesting. You can put it like this. So when it moves... Yeah, something like this is nice. I think. That's great. And the last one is this arm. That's also gonna move. Control T. And that moves from the elbow. So it should go there. It shows me that I have something to correct right there in the head and body. Fine. Correct it then. It should be good. Hey, Viper. Hello. You need to catch up on Final Fantasy 16 from yesterday? Yeah. It's gonna be okay. Okay. How many frames of animation do we have here? 12 in total. That's 6, 6, 7, and 12 in total. With a delay of 1 second, so that's made in 2, so that's 24 frames. So, yeah, I guess 12 in total. Chat. We need 12 frames to go back and forth. I don't like the original Fluters teleports from here to back there. I want it to go back and forth. So we're gonna have to measure our frames. Okay? Let's go with the flute. The second frame then is gonna be probably here. The third frame probably here. I think I'm moving it too fast. And then we should end the animation at 19. Let me see. How does it look if we animate like this? It's kind of okay, but it would be better if it also moves up and down, right? Yeah, kind of like stops in the middle. It could stop in the middle. Let me see what we can do here, chat. You don't remove your hand when playing Fluters? Okay, that's kind of okay. We can probably make that slower. That's very slow, though. But I think that kind of works. Let's go. We can redo the entire thing though. Let's remove them all and let's start the animation over. So the original animation goes back, 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 and then here's where it goes back and forth, like up and down, right? So let's start doing that. From here, it could go here, and from here, it could
Yo,
go.
kalala.
Fluters.
Guy, thank you so much. Thank you. 419 bits. It's a lot of bits. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, that's gonna change too till the. That's just the OG face, but that face is gonna change. Okay, so what do you do now? Let's see. I love it. Let's go at 24 frames per second. What do you guys think of this one? Does it look better? You missed the... Looks great. I think it looks great, right? Like chaotic like that. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty funny.
Yo, kalala.
I got you, Beck.
Guy, thank you so much. It's a bit shaky, yeah. Because you're right. It's a bit shaky. But I kind of wanted to capture it also this, right? Because at the beginning it was just smooth. And it's like, nah, who plays like that? That's too smooth. Right? Definitely had too much coffee. Yeah, I think you're right. We could animate in threes though, but this is quite the jump. So maybe we can change it here to make less of a jump. More natural, right? Kind of shaky though. Kind of shaky. It gives character. All right. So if we have that, now we got to start accommodating the disembodied arms. So we're gonna go for our left arm, which is this one right here, and we're gonna start changing that one accordingly. So let's check that out. So for this one, so if we trace a line here, that's our where our arm ends. So for the next one, I think it just has to move a little bit down. Maybe probably like a little bit down here. Like this. That works well. And then for this one though, a little bit up, and we're gonna use our anchor point to the elbow, a little bit like that. Yeah, we don't need to move this, but we will because we can. Now, same thing. And we kind of accommodate frame by frame. You don't have to do this frame by frame. This is something I enjoy particularly. Like, I really like doing this frame by frame. But you definitely do not have to. There are ways of making... I'll show you later ways of making this much more automatic or simpler or whatever. I just prefer frame by frame animation. I think it has much more charm than curve animation. Curve animation is difficult, is very, very difficult, but once you get it, it makes all the process much more simple as well. Go a little bit up. That hand should be good. Now let's see. Yes, yes, I love it. That fucking works. All right. Now we need to move the other arm, though. That one moves a little bit less, so that should be much more simple as well. A little bit down there. And again, just a little bit more down there. What is this music, by the way? I normally don't deform the shapes that I have made when I'm animating. You can do that. You definitely can do that. The problem with deforming those is that you are going to be losing track of sometimes the thickness of your layers. I mean, not of your layers, but of your keys. Because when you start deforming, you deform everything put together, and that is tricky. So try not to deform too much. Try not to make things like change the sizes of things, make things way too big or not too big. If you enlarge, you're already compromising quality. So be aware of that. If you zoom out, you're relatively okay. All right, let's see that one. Oh, look at that, chat! Look at that! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, brother! This is really good. I like it. Yeah, this is looking good. Oh, fried rice. Now that you mentioned that one in particular, do you guys want to see it? I can show you that one. Dangil Wiggle is a lot. This is Dangil Wiggle's animation chart. You can see down there, every single one of those is a frame. Every little square that you see there is a frame. Obviously, it's one of my first animations, so I did it the harder way possible. But that is the animation of Dangil Wiggle. Now, Dangil Wiggle animates the little eyebrows. Each of these ribbons. Each arm, obviously. Each one of the ears. You can see that dot there. That was my reference point to know how to move the little thing. Right ear, the eyes, those are also reference points. The blush thingy, the whole head, the body also moves, and then the other arm. Dangil Wiggle is... Oh, you want to see that one, Tilda? That one is super complex. That one has a combination of frame by frame and curve animation. Where is that one? Tilda Dancy is giga complex. I think this is the last one. I have several versions of Tilda Dancy. Now Tilda Dancy has, you see all those dots? Each one of those is a curve animation of Tilda Dancy. Tilda Dancy also opens and closes her eyes. And the blushing changes as well. And she has, I believe, 3 different eye shapes. Yeah. That one is very complex, but that one is more curve animation than not. As you can see, the curve animation is much softer. That is something that I can show you later, I think. But anyways, so we have, essentially, we have the Fluters. Fluters is done. But now we need to change the expression of our friend, I think. I feel like that will be nice. If we change faces like, like this. Changes faces. So, how the fuck are we gonna do that now? I wonder. And I think the only answer to that is by animating the face. I feel like. Here we go. We're gonna keep that one, and here you're gonna change your face. So let's insert a keyframe right here, in which we are going to remove the eyes. And change the mouth. Right? Now I need to see this one. This is the second version of the sketch, right? So I need this sketch here for the changes that I'm going to include. Which color do I have? Do I have black? Yeah, okay. Cool. And we're gonna have these eyes. Those should be visible. I hope. I really hope. We're gonna try to make them a little bit less sketchy like that. Light should be longer. There you go. And we're gonna have something like this. I don't know why chat wanted Fluters to be panicking, but he is panicking. So he is in a state of panic, so that's okay. And now we need to repaint certain things here, which we will. Right? My issue is that since I already removed a lot of the... Since I already merged the layers, this is going to be a pain in the butt. I think we got this. Hopefully I'm not going to fuck up. Hopefully. Now I need colors. It's way too saturated. It's not too thing. A bit on the red side. This should be good. Is this a good pink, chat? Yes, perfect. This is a little too saturated, so we're gonna try to do a little bit of change here, like this. Have that one like that, and this one also a little bit more saturated there. You really need a vacation from work? I'm so sorry, dude. That looks like green. I kind of want like something like this. Just to have something like this for a second here. And then we can have some white on it. Can you give me full white? So dumb.
Streamer,
it's so dumb. Thank you, Anna. Oh, you know what? I suck. Chat, I suck. You wanna know why I suck? You wanna know why I suck, chat? Oh yes. Let me open and copy my, I think. Oh, I fucked up very much, chat. Very much. Let me see if we can save this. If not, then I'm sorry. Let me see, where is a body? Head on body. Copy this one. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to do something about this. Just hopefully. Head and body. Oh, brain insert right. Woo! Okay. Shit. Saved. That's why he's in panic. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, saved. Problem is, we need to keep doing this. We need to keep saving this one, because this one has... Fuck me. We need to complete this one, because this one is not complete. The best way to complete this one is if we just like remove... I suck. If we just move this. And then we can complete it. Should be fine now. Should be fine now. Alright. You prefer no panicking, peaceful fluting. Very peaceful. Let's close this. This is not gonna be terribly visible, so it doesn't really matter too much. But, you know. You know. Chat, I suck. That I suck. So you see why you work in layers? If you don't, and you make a silly mistake, everything is pretty fucked. Everything's pretty fucked. Now we can go to the head and body and whatnots, and now we can paint. Jesus, nice. All right, there you go. Should be now fine. This is basically for shows. Basically just for shows. So yeah, that's good. Now let's see the flute again. And let's see how it goes with the animation. Okay, perfect. That is perfect. Who needs teeth? I don't. But this is not our biggest panic, because our biggest panic comes after. And you will see that right here. On our next face, which is the last of the faces, I think. Also, where is that face? I think it's this one. Wait, is that the third one or the second one? Well, fuck me. Seems to be the second one. Dentists have entered the chat. Oh, so that was the most panicked one. There is one in between that is this one, chat. Oh, I see, chat. This is the one we need, in fact. Oh, chat, I see. There you go. That's the one we need. Okay. Dentist have entered the chat. And on this one is where we're gonna change our face for the third face that we are going to be using. So here we go. We do this. And we're gonna make our last face. So we have 3 faces of the animation. This one, the only difference is like the eyes are bigger and the mouth is on a different position, but so the rest is just the same. Shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. Now I could make these eyes much more accurate and much better if I use the tool for this, like the ellipsis tool, but I'm lazy. Feel free to use all those. I think this works. And this one will be a perfect transition. Don't you guys think? This one is fantastic already. It's very dumb. And here is where we change that again. Okay, perfect. Now let's get to painting. To be good enough. Let's get creative. Get creative. Every time I think about Gorpo with that. Let's get creative. See? Chat. Simple. That should work. The only difference is, I think, is that I rather have this one here. And this is face, right? Yeah, I think this two can actually move right here. And then we can keep them after a while, like here. Fuck me. Let's see, chat. What do we have now? What do you guys think? Do you like the fluters? Yay or nay? Yay. You do amazing work. I see a lot of mistakes there that if I wasn't streaming it, I would have spent a lot of time fixing. The face proportions I'm not happy with. The head should be different. The face should be bigger. The eyes and the mouth and all those things should be in a better position. The movements can be better. But this is being streamed, and this is like a simple way of showing people that this is simple. This is something everyone can do. It's not a big deal. And if this serves as a reference for people to try their hand at animation, then yeah, awesome, right? It's a nice emote. We're gonna use it probably, so I'm happy with it. I hope you guys are happy with it too. I see things that we need to correct. Okay, things to correct right now. Where is the body one? This one needs correction right away. No, is this one the one that needs correction right now, right away? Okay. There you go. Now that should be corrected now. There you go. It is silly. I like it. I don't know, man. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. We could probably stop the panic a little before that. So where do we go to non-panic phase? We can copy this one. We can copy this one right here. And I think this one right here. And it should change the panic to that one. The animation should be a little bit better now. No, it's not doing the kiss for long enough. I don't like it. Gotta kiss longer. Copy these two. They're right here. And then we move into the kiss, which is this two right here. What about now? It's more peaceful now. What do you guys think? Okay, I see my problem with it. It's better? Yeah, I think it's better too, right? But I think I see my huge problem with it. It's definitely with the eyes, and I think it's the eyes. Yeah, it's the eyes, and it's ridiculously obvious. The problem with that is that I have to change. Just so stupid. It's kind of boring, chat. If I have to change that, I have to go through a lot. I want to do that. How couldn't you see it? I don't know. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. But yeah, this one. So if we try to... Because the problem is right here with these eyes. And what I would like to change, if I can, is actually this part. And I could move it to like right here. That makes much more sense on the eyes before. That makes it look better, I think. And it will be the same for this ones as well. Got them really nice, yeah. He does have that feel to it, eh? But here I would have to change and move everything, which is annoying. Not the end of the world. Just annoying. You know? Oh, it's not? Are you being scammed, Sky? Normally, yes. The problem is with this type of animation, when I started the animation, I had to put them together because of the way that I am animating this one. So in this case, no. But normally, yes. For the full emote, this is the full emote. And you can see everything is a layer. From the light to the outline and highlights, shadows, and base colors of every part, yes. Oh well. Oh, you got scammed? I'm sorry about that. There is also something we could have done here, because yeah, it does have the Krillin eyes, right? So we could do is... this is probably gonna make it better. At least slightly. How do I move the canvas? In Krita, you hold control and right click to go zoom in, zoom out, and shift to rotate. It's so kawaii. Hey, he's looking better now, Chad. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then panic eyes, which is here, and we can change very easily now. That has been changed. That is okay-ish. And now we need to change our head and body. So here we go. Time to paint. Redo the shit. It is what it is. Stop doing that. I always do that with my tablet. I don't know what to say. And it's a little annoying. Well, now I want to play Super Metroid when I hear that song. Can you see the animation? Yes, Tilda. Give me one little teeny tiny second, and I'll show you the animation. I'm just finishing these touches here. I wonder how we're gonna make this one though. Could be something like this. I think it's funny. All right, We paint all this. And this part should be fixed now. I hope. I really hope. We can do a little bit more panicky since he's already like this. We can... something like that. that'll be kind of cool. His eyes look a little weird though. But that's the painting, I feel like. Could be bigger. They're very, very small, as Cheese said. And I think that makes him look like he's frost-eyed or something. It's very weird. I do like him though, so I want to test. And then he changes back to this one, right? Which is this one here. Yeah, this should be good. Now, Tilda, this is the animation so far. So I made it with the kissing much more prominent now. Too fast between the expressions? You might be right. You might be right. I think if the eyes stayed wide open, it would be similar. What do you mean? You like the animated eyes? Oh, if it just stayed open and wouldn't like change anything? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's fair. But I think Tilda is right. It's going too fast between the changes of the animation of the eyes, I think. Maybe we don't need that either, you know? You would go only for one expression or two max. I'd like this one then. If I have to choose, I'd like this one much more. I could just get rid of this too. Let's cut those keyframes. You know what? Let's move those keyframes out of the frame. We have to remove these keyframes, I would do. What about this now?
Un minuto de español, por favor.
I think it's much better. Gracias, Diamondback, por el minuto español. ¿Crees que podríamos agregar 10 frames más? Podríamos. ¿Ahora lo haremos? No. Pero sí que podríamos. ¿Qué tal, Tilda? ¿Te parece? ¿O no te parece? ¿Sí o no? ¿Sí o no? Magnífico. Me gusta, pero removería... podemos intentar, Tilda, podemos intentar. Déjame lo intento y miramos. Entonces, déjame guardo. ¡Oh! ¿Qué pasa? Stormlight. Stormlight, gracias por los 5 subs. Gracias, Stormlight. No. Muchas gracias. Poggies. Puedo... chat, podemos... Eso, Poggies y Dumpies, por favor. Y gracias. Por favor y gracias. Entonces a Tilda no le gusta... No, gracias a ti, Stormlight. Thank you very much, Stormlight. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. And yes, this could be a resource. Could be a resource for people in the future. Maybe. So Tilda, you don't like the puff cheek, right? Phil doesn't like this line. We can try and remove it and see what happens. Because I like that line quite a bit. I think otherwise it looks like he's just drinking from the thing. But we'll see. But yeah, we can see. How does it do that? He does it again here. So let's remove it here too. We can do that like this. Perfect. And that is the head and body. Here. Had to work? Okay, thank you so much for stopping by, Stormlight. Thank you for the gift sub. Thank you for everything. Did you duplicate it? I saved. What do you think, chat? For all the people who wanted also the fluters, what do you guys think? Do you think it's a good fluters? You prefer it this way? I see. It looks fantastic. I like it too. No, Tilda, I agree with you. I kind of want to resize it now, chat, because this is 600. What if we go 500 by 500 on the canvas? Is it better, chat? Yes, it's better. I think so too. All right. We can only now test. We only, yeah, test. So let me save this as animation fluters 2, version 2, which is without the blowing thing. Let's export it, chat arena. Let's render the animation. So we're gonna render the animation in 24 frames. That's perfect. And the last frame is gonna be frame 23. And we're gonna export it in emote size. So animation 300.gif. Let's export that. If you want to export your animation in Krita, all you have to do is to come to File, and then let me get myself out of the way so you can see. So you go to File, and you go to Render Animation. So once you render your animation, you're gonna get this dialog box that is going to ask you how many frames per second, what is the size that you want to export to, and what is the first frame and the last frame, and then your video location. And then you can do that if you want to export. Keep in mind that in order to export GIFs in Krita, you first need to install the FFmpeg plugin. That is a plugin that you can download. It's open source as well, and it will allow you to export. It's FFmpeg, and it will allow you to export GIFs on Krita, okay? Normally, I export two sizes. I usually export full size, and then I also export on a smaller size, which is 300, because I use my animations also for my Discord. So that's how I do it. 300 is enough to upload it to Twitch, and if your animation doesn't have like a lot of frames or a lot of like heavy size things, it's gonna be good enough. The size is gonna be good enough. Now it's time to go and prepare things to upload. So the first thing is we go back to our site, to easygif.com, and we also want it in as a sticker on Discord, right? So we go to APNG, And in a PNG, because Discord only accepts animated PNGs, so as a stickers. So you come to animated PNG and you're gonna go GIF to a PNG. Choose your GIF file, the file that we just exported. That's a 300 GIF. Should be this one. We will upload it. And we're gonna convert it now to an APNG, which is now this one. This file, you just save it. Fuck. Ah, damn it. I hate Chrome. I don't use Chrome, as you can see. I just use Chrome for the stream stuff. Where does Chrome put things? In downloads, I think, right? Yeah, I think it's downloads. Thanks. Now let me go back to where Chrome put it, and I can show you what the APNG is now. This should be DangilFluters sticker. And you should be able to see it. So this is the APNG. Windows does not animate it, so you get that. And this is actually the GIF that we got from Windows. So that should be good enough. See, chat? That should be it. Now we're gonna go to Better TTV, and we're gonna try to upload it to our dashboard and see if we can upload the new emote. So it's gonna be DangilFluters, and choose the file. I made this, and place. Oh no, it's too big, so we need to optimize it. Now it's too big for this, so let's go and optimize it. Since we have it here, let's optimize here, and it's gonna lose some compression. Normally what I do is that I remove the duplicate frames, optimize it, and then the size should be much better now. That's what she said. I hate Chrome. I hate Chrome. Stop doing that. Why don't you ask me where to put things? Why am I a 90-year-old grandma who doesn't know where to put files? Urgh. Where do you put it? Fucking A. Where is my Fluters? Damn it. So DangilFluters optimized should be now. And let's hope for BTTV2 allows us to use it. Let's see if now it's okay. Is that a good size? BTTV? Hey, chat! And there you go, you have it. Designed by me. Designed by Dangil. Update emote. Yeah, chat. GG. GG, chatterino. You can use now DangilFluters. Do you guys like it? Are you guys happy with the new Fluter? It is less panicky than the original Fluters, but you know, it's there. I am glad you liked it, chat. I am glad you enjoyed today's stream. I am very happy about that. Very happy about that. So yeah, if you have any questions, or if you would like to do your own emotes and you don't know where to start, you can check this video, but you can also contact me. You can also join the Discord, which is right here, and ask questions. We have an arts and crafts channel in the Discord. where people also share the art and crafts and things that they do. And we can showcase that in our Be Right Back screen. And yeah, any questions? I'll be happy to help. You can still talk to Broken Robo, yes. It does have a cooldown now per user, and I think it's limited to 4 uses per stream per person. But you can still talk to it. You have to go at Broken Robo and ask a question, and it should help you. That's very silly, but it works. So yeah, very great emote. Ah, Tilda. Thank you. No, thank you everybody, because you know, those little details that I might, you know, not see or whatever. It's AI approved emote. It is. Where is this? Because this is the most important thing that happened today, chat. So there you go. Yeah. Hope you Oh, Tila, you weren't here when it happened? Yeah, Saito came and did something for me. It was like, check your DMs, and I'm like, all right. It's so good. I hate it.
The run is now cursed.
Yeah, I'll upload
By
it to
Cheese and
Discord.
Krakens.
Cheese and Krakens, thank you for cursing the run. Thank you. It's so good. It is so good. But yeah, now we have our fluters. Now let me go here, chat, because it is the end of the stream already. You know, it's a Wednesday. Tila, are you going to stream today or not really? Nope. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna see who is up so we can go raid. But in the meantime, let me get you here. You can fight each other in the meantime. That's fine. Fight. You can get into the fight. That's fantastic. And yeah, that's gonna be the stream for today, chat. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here with me. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Thank you, everybody.